Hi, I'm Garrick DeMeyer from Royal Constrictor Designs. I want to show a few ball pythons that I have for sale right now, but first I wanted to tackle a question that I get from a lot of newer ball python owners, and that question is, what's the best size or age of a ball python to get for your first snake? A lot of people that are just getting into ball pythons want to get a newly hatched little baby ball python because they want it to bond with them and they want to see it grow up its entire life. The problem with a newly hatched snake is that it wouldn't be an established feeder. Like, I get a lot of people that want one basically right out of the egg. Well, that snake wouldn't even have shed yet, let alone started eating. Or even if you get one that's, say, a month old, it may have eaten 2 meals by then, and it wouldn't be an established feeder. I don't have any problem feeding hatchling ball pythons. I obviously feed thousands of them a year. I only have maybe one out of every maybe 500 that are actually a little bit difficult to get to start feeding. Most of them eat very well for me. I have a lot of experience with it though. For a new hobbyist that's just getting their first or second ball python, they're not going to have that experience and the know-how about how to get a newly hatched baby to start feeding. So I usually recommend a new owner to get a snake that's a little bit more established. I'd say between 2 months, maybe 3 months, and a year of age. Now, a lot of people want to get the youngest one they can so they can watch it grow. Well, honestly, a snake that's 6 months old isn't going to be that much significantly bigger than one that recently hatched. It will be bigger, but as long as it's not being power fed or anything, it's not going to be even close to adult size. I have a lot of ball pythons left from 2016, for example, and this is in April of 2017 when I'm filming this. The ones from 2016, maybe 120 to 150 grams. If they hatch later in the year, not real big. I mean, lengthwise for a ball python, it's maybe 2 inches longer than a hatchling. But that's a much better choice to get than a newly hatched baby. I'll show you a couple examples here. This is a hatchling piebald. He's only a couple weeks old. I think he just shed for the first time maybe a week and a half ago. So this snake has eaten, I think, 1 time so far. Not a good choice for somebody wanting to get their first new snake. He needs to eat a few more times before he'd be ready to sell, and so he'd probably be probably close to 3 months old before I'd feel comfortable selling him to a new hobbyist. This particular animal is actually sold already, but I'm just using him as an example. This one right here hatched last fall, and obviously looks a little bit different from this one, but this guy is probably 130 to 150 grams, somewhere around there. Should have had my scale over here. You could see there's a little size difference, not that much though. This one is a very well-established feeder on frozen thawed, so it's going to be much easier for the customer to get this one and to get it acclimated to its new enclosure and to start feeding it right away, where this one would probably be really difficult. What I do is I feed my hatchlings live crawler mice or hopper mice, depending on the size of the baby, for the first 3 to 4 meals. At that point, most ball pythons go from being an extremely timid feeder to being a very voracious feeder, and at that point they're pretty easy to switch over to frozen thawed that are warmed up, a frozen thawed rodent that's warmed up underneath a heat lamp. For an example of how I do that, you can refer to one of my older videos. I show exactly how I feed all my babies here. So this one would be a much better choice for somebody that wants their first ball python pet than this one. It's a little bit of a size difference, but it's not a real big difference. And as far as like watching it grow from a hatchling on, I mean, this one is bigger than a hatchling, but I mean, you're going to have the snake for 20 to 30 years or more, and it's going to grow significantly. I mean, this one, even being probably 6 months old, has a ton of growing to do before it's going to be an adult. So there's plenty of time to watch it grow. So I just wanted to cover that topic. It's a very common question, and I have to explain it to a lot of people about why it's not a good idea to get the tiniest hatchling, newly hatched baby that you can find. You're just much better starting off with a little bit bigger one, something that's anywhere from, I'd say, 2 or 3 months old up to about a year old would probably be ideal. No matter what, you want to make sure that you get one that's feeding very well on frozen thawed if that's what you want to get it to, if that's what you want to feed it long term. You want to make sure that you get one that's already feeding on frozen thawed. We feed all of our babies frozen thawed, all of them that will take it, and that's probably about 95% of them will eat frozen thawed without any problem by the time they've had their 4th or 5th meal. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, you can certainly email me or call me. My information is on my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com. And now I want to show off just a few different ball pythons that I have for sale right now. I have some banana spider combos here. This is a regular banana spider. This one is a lesser bee banana, so spider, lesser, and banana. And this is a bumblebee banana. Now these aren't going to get very much for the black spots. The banana spiders will get a few of them. You can see this one's got a couple dark spots coming in. The banana bumblebee, I don't really think will get any dark spots. I honestly haven't raised a regular banana bumblebee up to adulthood. I've got banana fire bees and things like that, and they don't have any black spots on them at all. And then any banana morph with lesser or butter in it won't develop any dark spots at all. So these are also good examples of ones that would be ideal choices to get as far as their size goes. They're still nice and small. You know, this guy fits in the palm of my hand really well, but this guy's eating frozen thawed hopper mice really well. He'll actually, well, actually I think this one's eating frozen thawed weaned mice. And these guys, the same thing, they're eating weaned mice. And they'll take rat pups too. So that's just a couple of banana combos that I have. Banana spider combos, I should say, that I have. So get those put away here. Some other ones that I have here. These are Orange Dream Fire Pinstripes. It's weird, the Orange Dream and the Fire combined really wash it out to give it more of a cream look. They almost look a little desert ghostish, maybe a little bit more dirtiness than a desert ghost, but kind of along the same general color scheme. And these guys are actually from 2015. You can see they're a little bit bigger than the 2016s that I had out. They're from later 2015, but these are eating thawed, like almost weaned rats, just slightly under weaned rat size. They could be bigger. You know, honestly, if these were holdbacks, they'd probably be a bit bigger because I'd be feeding them a little more aggressively. Typically, for the stuff that I have for sale, I feed once a week. And so I'll feed these guys like a large rat pup or like a real small weaned rat about once a week. So these are Orange Dream Fire Pinstripes, and these are currently for sale on my website as well. Okay, and then I wanted to share a little bit of albino stuff with you. These are actually all from actually this Albino Champagne is from 2015. He's actually almost breedable size. I really like the Albino and the Champagne combined. I don't know if it'll come through on the camera, but he's really, really intense yellow, and you can definitely see his white markings really well too. Okay, he'll be ready to breed in maybe 2 or 3 months. This one right here is an Albino Pinstripe. It's one of the first albino combos that I ever produced. I've produced a lot of these since then. When they first hatch, they're yellow, and then the pinstriping on them is white. And as they get older, the pinstriping actually gets the yellow bleeds into the white. And by the time they're adults, most albino pinstripes are actually the darkest yellow where the pinstriping is, and the rest of them is a little bit lighter yellow. Really pretty albino combo though. And get them to sit still. Everybody's really active today. I'm going to put the Albino Champagne away. Here's one that looks pretty similar. This one's an albino spider. This one hatched in July of 2016. So pretty similar looking to the albino pinstripe. Definitely see a difference in the color and the pattern though. These guys are both eating really well on frozen thawed rat pups and weaned mice. Okay, and the last two I want to show, these are albino GHIs. A regular GHI is a very dark snake. This is a normal GHI. So you take this normal GHI and you remove all the black pigment out of them, and you end up with these. Boy, these guys are active today. So the nice thing about the albino GHIs is that they have really high contrast between the yellow and white, and that yellow isn't going to bleed over into the white as they get older, because that black is so intense on the regular GHI. So they'll end up being a very bright yellow and a very high contrasted white snake even as an adult. I really like the high contrast albinos, albino black pastels, albino GHIs. They're my favorites in my opinion because of that contrast between the white and the yellow. Trying to get these guys to sit still here. Okay, so that's everything that I have to show for today. I'll do some more videos in the very near future. I'm going to start focusing these next few videos on my 2016 holdbacks. You guys are going to see some awesome stuff in there. These are the things that I chose to keep back in my collection. They're not for sale, but I just want to show them to show what the animals in my collection are capable of producing. So probably in my next 2 or 3 or maybe even 4 videos, depending on how much time I have, we'll focus on my 2016 holdbacks. If you want to see what I actually have for sale currently, you can go to my website, royalconstrictordesigns.com, and also make sure to like us on Facebook. I show a lot of stuff on there as well. Thanks.